And make some noise for Mr. and Mrs. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we will have a welcome by Mr. Gregory Spack.
Well, thanks for all of you for coming this evening. It's really made this such a special event for all of us. I have to say that, Lori and I, when we thought of doing this in this place, well, we didn't think of it, to tell you the truth. Elena thought of it, but we just thought, are people going to come? And will everybody come down? And it's just so heartwarming to see all of you here. So Lori and I really, from the bottom of our hearts, want to thank all of you, because at the end of the day, yes, they're important, but it's also the importance of family and friends, and I know you've made it very special for them. So thank you for coming. So, I'm not done. Get comfortable. So look, I want to start the evening just by making a few remarks, and I'm not going to talk about Elena and Matt, actually, because, changing up a little here, Kevin. Of course, they are technically the reason that we're here, and we love them and all that sort of thing, but they're going to have probably some toast later to talk about them. So I wanted to take this opportunity to talk really about the families that both of them represent. Because as we know, this is not just about the union of two people, it's about the union of two families. And so I'd like to just say a few things about that. So let me start with the family that I know the best, the Spack family, Elena's family. That's it? So the Spacks, a family of immigrants, roughly half Ukrainian, half Italian. My father was one of 14, 10 of whom survived through childhood. They grew up in a Ukrainian family in a town that was filled with Eastern European immigrants. My mother was one of 3. She grew up in a very Italian family in a very Italian neighborhood. So that combination of the Ukrainian and Italian traditions was very prominent through our lives. And I thought, we really benefited from it. Elena's grandfather fought in World War II. When he returned, he and my mother got married. They did the best they could to raise a family. And, they raised a family not really on their own, but within that family community that I described. 10 brothers and sisters means a lot of uncles and aunts, and I think about 100 or 200 cousins. I lost count at some point. But it was a great, filled with traditions, Ukrainian and Italian traditions. A lot of great food, some chaos. Every once in a while, some drama, especially on the Italian side. And I say that lovingly. But it was a terrific place to grow up, and then of course our parents had 4 children. My brother and sisters are here. We've always gotten along well from the beginning. We always love each other. We love each other now. We will always love each other, and we all went on to have children, all of whom love each other, and they love their cousins. So one of those children is our bride tonight, Elena. Now, of course, that's only one half of Elena. The other half, the Pete's half, very similar story, right? A family of immigrants. I wasn't going to give you guys as much time. The Pete's half, similar story. Immigrants, this time German and Italian. They also arrived in the United States with nothing, I would say, and built a successful life and a wonderful family. And Ernie is here this evening, Elena's grandfather, with his wife Bobby. And I can only imagine, Ernie, what it feels like to be here to see your granddaughter getting married. So congratulations. Now, the Thomas family, I'm obviously less of an authority on. But I could tell you a few things that I've observed in the time that we've gotten to know them. And I'm sure that later we could probably convince one of them to get up and give a little speech, because from what I could tell, they're not very shy, right? So I think we'll probably be able to do that. But with all seriousness, you know, we did learn something, and as often happens in life, you learn at times of sadness and things that you don't really expect, right? Every once in a while, life does throw those at you. And last Christmas, the family lost George, the grandfather. And Lori and I met the extended family for the first time at the funeral home. And I can tell you that just about everything you need to know about that family was evident at the funeral home. There was a traffic jam about 2 or 3 blocks before you could get to the funeral home. Then there was a line of people standing outside of the funeral home trying to get in, you know, with umbrellas in the rain, all coming to pay respects to this man and his family. And in one of the articles that was written about George Thomas after his death, I learned a lot about that family, and I understood why that funeral was so well attended. I read with real humility and humbleness. I was really humbled by the story that I read about the life that he created with his wife and their family. And Mary, his wife, is here tonight. We're all thrilled that she's here. And of course, her son Joe, Matt's father, his siblings, and then a number of their children who are the new generation of Thomas family. And among those children is our groom, Matt. Now, before moving on, and I promise I don't have too much more, but before moving on, I do want to say one other thing I learned about the Thomas family. They can cook and they can eat. I mean, I don't know where they put it, because they're among the most physically fit people you will ever meet in your life. I just have no idea, but it's unbelievable what they cook and eat, and they're terrific people. You can get the sense just from, as many of you know, just from being around them, this is a family that loves spending time with each other, and the love is very obvious. So there you have it. You know, in very summary fashion, the history of these two families that come together tonight through this terrific union of two terrific people who are the product of what I would say is a pretty improbable family history. I would say very improbable if their ancestors could see them this evening, right? So, but now, you know, it's up to you guys. You write the next part of the story. We'll all be watching, whether you like it or not. No pressure. You'll be asked to keep up the traditions of the families, to continue to love each other, to love your families. You can't get away from us. That's impossible. You know, and together you guys will write the next chapters of your family's history. So with that, I'd ask everybody to raise their glass. Elena and Matt, through your love, your family and friends have come together, and they have found joy. So may your joy and that of all your friends and family last for a very, very long time. Go Steelers.
Ladies and gentlemen, dinner will be served shortly. Thank you.
Beautiful speech.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like to toast by Sean Reeves and Katie Spack.
All right. Hey, how's everybody doing? Speak up. All right. When I was first approached by Matt, he asked me to be his best man. Kind of a little resistant to it. No. I spoke with Elena soon after that. I had mentioned to her that I had heard in the past that best man's speech is supposed to focus on the bride. And I remember her looking me straight in the eye and said, "No. Matt deserves this. You need to talk about Matt." And right as I started to get to know Matt, it was very obvious that he was the kind of person that looks out for everybody else, wants everybody else to be successful and have a great time. And going back to practices at NC State together, not sure I would have made it through without Matt. Everybody's dying on the wall, trying to catch their breath, but you could always count on Matt there, even when he was a freshman, cheering everybody on, did not care about catching his breath. He wanted everybody else to do a great job. And we always loved you for that, Matt. So just wanted to say it's an honor for you to have named me your best man. Wish the two of you best of luck in the future, and I can't wait to see what is in store.
You're here.
Cheers to the bride and groom.
Miss me too.
At this time, we will have the toast by Katie Spack.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me all right? Good. Hi, Jamie. All right. Well, I'm not going to promise to be brief because I love to talk about my sister. And if you've ever spent more than half of a day with me, you know that to be true. So like I said, my siblings are my favorite subject to talk about. I love my siblings. And all of my close friends, they know that the Spacks are tight and that they love each other so much and they're so proud of each other. And so this is a dream come true. I've got a microphone, a bunch of beautiful faces smiling and looking at me. This is my moment.
It's all about you, Katie.
It's all about me. Now let's get a little bit serious here. So Elena's 6.5 years older than I am, and we're sisters, if you didn't know that. And so that means that by the time I had a working memory, Elena was already a fully functioning preteen. And she, at 12, 13, she was beautiful, she was intelligent, she was strong, and she was talented. As we all know, she had a very successful swimming career and a very successful coaching career. And naturally, growing up in that house, same house as Elena, and with my two wonderful brothers over there, Kevin and Michael, growing up in so much talent was a true blessing to me. And naturally, Elena became my only role model, really, in life. I always looked to Elena. Sorry, Michael. I looked to Elena for what I should wear, what I should say, how I should smile, how I should pose, all of these different things, the way that when you're in your kid, you're trying to figure things out. And I love Elena because she, even in our childhood, embodied strength and intelligence and beauty. And she was a great friend. She was a wonderful sister. She still is. She's a wonderful sister, and you knew that every time you came to Elena with a problem, she was going to stay calm, and she was going to be like, we're going to figure this out. So what I like to talk about today is that how much Elena cares about everything. So if you all know Elena even a little bit, is that she cares more about everyone in this yard than y'all care about yourselves. She cares about your thoughts, your feelings, how you liked your dinner, how you're gonna dance in that room. She cares about if you've got a smile on your face tomorrow morning. She cares how you get home at night. And I realized that when I started coaching with her at Tilden Woods. You might have heard of Tilden Woods. We've totally rocked the house. Can I get a little charge the wall? Maybe not. When I started coaching at Tilden Woods with Elena, I found out that even if she isn't the 150 people that she chose to be with us here today, she'll care so much about her swimmers, about the parents, about everybody who walks within 50 meters of the pool. That summer when I coached with Elena, her capacity to care was completely drove me crazy. But now I realize that that's what makes her special, that she cares so much. And then Matt, my new big brother, who I'm very delighted to be looking at right now in that big comfy chair you've got. The funny thing about Matt is that the first time that I really got to know Matt was when he came to North Carolina with us at the beach. And he came kind of halfway. He was kind of stopping by, wasn't staying the whole time. But we were down at the beach, and I'm like a punk being like 14 years old. With bangs, probably. I don't know. I got a lot of attitude going on. And I see Matt, and I'm looking at him. He's in his swimsuit, and he's got all these fun tattoos on him. And I'm like, all right, let's see what I can do here. Little sister, he's going to want to like me. He's going to want me to like him. And so I go right up to him, and I'm not proud of this because I love Matt now, but I said, I don't like your tattoos. This man, I don't know what, 21, 20 years old, something like that, looks me dead in the eye and says, I don't care. Beautiful. I loved Matt from that instant. I was like, this is a man who's comfortable in himself, he's comfortable with Elena, and he doesn't care what I think. That's incredible. All right, well, I don't want to like drone on anymore, but I'm very happy for you two. I love you both so much, and I'm so glad that you're having a wonderful time tonight. I'm so glad that you're starting a family together, you're starting a new life together, and we're very blessed to have you here, and we love you so much, and I think this turnout speaks for itself, that you're very important to all of us, and so I'll ask you all to raise your glasses one more time. Cheers to Elena and Matt. May they have a happy and long life together. Cheers.
Good job, Katie.
Cheers, everybody. Cheers.